Hello, my night owls. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a whole bunch of messages. Hello, my night owls. I am Sam. This is Way Too Late TV. Tonight we'll be playing some Final Fantasy XIV, hoping to get through patch 5.2 and all the associated quests with it. I do believe there is a dungeon associated with it, Ananidas Anider. Not entirely too sure on the name of it. But last night in the stream we found out that Ardbert has come back, and he is possibly possessed by Elidibus. By the way, major damn spoilers for the entire 5.1 and 5.2 all during the stream, so if you're not okay with that, then I'm sorry. This is not the stream for you. So anyway, we have found out that Elidibus may be possessing the body of Ardbert, who is the Warrior of Light of the First, which is the world that we are, that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are trapped in, and that I can freely transport myself between. Yes, thank you, Stream Elements. Thank you. So, without any further ado, let us go over to Final Fantasy XIV. Logging in Kaylee Blacksworn. She's in the ocular, if I remember correctly. Yes, Crystal Exarch is right there, which is great. Alrighty, so Crystal Exarch and Becklug and Y'shtola and Urianger all were watching Ardbert's speech that he gave to the people of the Crystarium, and last I checked, Alphanode was tailing Ardbert after he left. So, oh, that's a large spider. Oh well. It's on my damn wall. Oh well. And it's going right behind a large painting. Okay. Note to self, I'll just keep an eye out for that. Alright. With furrowed brow, the Crystal Exarch deliberates your next move. You did well to dispel the falsehood surrounding the Warriors of Light and their actions prior to the Flood. Though I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather one who appropriated his identity, was a rather curious development. He is an impostor, of that there is no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulemoor, the people prayed fervently for the gods to deliver them from their plight, prayed that these fallen heroes be born again for their sacrifices. What bitter irony. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. Ere we take action, we must needs ascertain his intent. Urianger. When doing Urianger's voice, you have to chew the scenery. Thus pray that Master Alphanod returneth soon with that most essential knowledge. For now, I think it best to apprise Thancred and Reen of our efforts. When we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. Lally-ho, Kana! Good to see you. Agreed, I think it prudent we all take measures to prepare for what's to come. Becklug and I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel, that it might one day carry you home. Then I think it's time I return to the Great Wood. Until now, everything we've learned of the Ascians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of Emmett Selk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I received word from Fanau that the heretofore unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within Katana Ravel. Almet believes the relics within tell a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization, that of the Ascians, perhaps. They may lead us to the truths we seek. Would you care for company, or be sure to let me know how that works out? I mean, I'm the Warrior of Darkness. Would you care for company is the only answer. I wouldn't dream of going without you. When you're ready, make for Fanau. Almet and his sisters will be expecting us. Then let us be about our tasks. Pray give my regards to the V's. Alright, well, we're going back to the Great Wood. So, let's see, Fanau. Talk with Almet. Welcome, allies of Ronka. We have accomplished much since you last came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Raktika Falls. It was there that we discovered more ruins. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its halls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We all were in agreement. Before any investigation could proceed, you should be summoned. We are grateful that you did. From what you have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom my comrades and I seek can be found within. This wisdom could prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I see. Then it is good that you have come. For Ronka was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. And it is our duty to ensure you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests a far more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come now, surely any threats sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we have faced thus far. This is not a game, sister. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. Oh, and who was it pining for the return of our allies that we might venture into the ruins, clutching her staff at night, wishing it were... You promised not to tell! Then I suggest we be going. Get back here! Remind me, exactly how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's for the better, I do not know. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you and yours into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their hearts now burn with a curiosity that is not easily satiated. Please, you needn't apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well their enthusiasm, and if not for your sedulous efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe I have kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us make for the Katana Ravel. Ah, sisters. Kana has a sister. Kana and her sister were actually part of my WoW guild way back in the day. Go Team Cleric. "'Tis most strange for these halls to be left unguarded. Have cower when breaking the seal on the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety." Let's see, a level sync is in effect. If you are above the maximum level allowed, it will be synced as follows. Level 80. Commence battle for a sleep disturb. Yes. Let's do it! Let's go!
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast. Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed.
Why would you say that?
Why you... Ugh.
Sisters.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead.
Oh yeah, that's magic.
As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
Too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism. Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly.
Of course.
Wait! Don't!
What? But I only... What is happening?
Why does it have boobs?
Oh no! Oh no! It lives!
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
Can't live with them, no resale value. Okay. What is this, a memory game? Really? Trespass mortal upon sacred ground, 4 souls I have bound, yet to heroes proven, learned, and wise, a comrade's soul shall be their prize. If you would set theirs free, answer me these riddles 3. Okay. Deft of paw with kin do I vie, those sought apart, betterment of the whole do our efforts descry. What am I? Twas the Oppo, okay. Talisman you shall take, okay. On my belly do I crawl, but my strength does prosperity reign within our hall. What am I? That's pretty easy. Serpent. Alright, there we go. One trial that I must pass. I gotta kill the thing, I'm sure. waste time with some slime. There we go. Fairly simple enough. Come on now.
'Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
Ah, we were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
Fair enough.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
Is that? Oh my god.
A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna? A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
Naught less than the echo.
Oh my.
In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emet-Selch invited us to witness in Amarot?
Oh my god, she was an Asian.
The final days. If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided, it would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar.
Oh, you stole.
I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence.
I got it.
Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in remember us.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tiuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
All right. By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb has given you much to think about. That is well. In time, the knowledge you have gleaned will lead to understanding, and thus arm you for what is to come. Before you leave, however, I would speak again of the teachings of our forebears, of histories learned, not lived. The legends of Tiuna and her exploits have been told countless times over the centuries, yet as it is handed from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we are not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change you have wrought, the echoes that will endure long after you are gone. And though it too will change in time, I swear to you, we shall do our best to preserve your story. Thank you. I hope you'll forgive me if I don't make an oath of my own, but I think it goes without saying we could never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thought! So long as we are here, there are none among Navis who will not know of all you have done for Norvrand. We are not deserving of such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You can be certain that we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Raktika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray you safe travels, then. As ever, we shall await your return with open arms. Alright. Now to talk to Stola. By all rights, you should be departing for the Crystarium, but Stola does not seem ready to return. Although we learned naught of the Ascians, with the insight we gained in the Echo made our trip worthwhile. Before we returned to the Crystarium, however, there was a small matter I would attend to in Slitherbow. Might I trouble you to come with me? Thank you. After we arrive, we should have a brief word with Runar. Alright, there's Runar. Kaylee, it's so good to see you. You've arrived at a most opportune time. I was preparing a pot of my famous stew. Come, I'll ready a place for you. I'm sorry, Runar, but we haven't the... Please, I insist, it'll only take a minute. There's no arguing with Runar. My apologies, Kaylee. It seems our return to the Crystarium will be delayed. But perhaps only for a bit, if you assist me with my work. I say work, but it is rather more a chore. Excuse me. I must clean my chambers here in Slitherbough from top to bottom. If you would be so kind as to go and fetch a broom from Asgir, we may finish before Runar is done cooking. A broom for Master Matoya? I can't imagine why she would have need of such a thing, but here you are. It is old but sturdy and sure to suffice. I trust Asgir was able to find a broom for us? This well-worn broom has seen many a spring and summer in Slitherbough, swishing and sweeping, sweeping and swishing. Well worn. Good. This would prove difficult otherwise. Though I must say, I think I did rather well for not having a broom thus far. Poor Runar, he is so in love with Stola. Yes, he is. Yes, well, you weren't buried beneath a veritable avalanche of books when you entered, were you? Right, anyway, it's time I finished cleaning with the help of that broom. You honestly didn't think I'd do it the old-fashioned way. That broom is more than capable of sweeping by itself. Or rather, it will be. Time to rise, to swish and sweep. A tidy chamber you must keep. To this task you shall be bound until no dust is to be found. Really is the Master Matoya of the First. In this one particular respect, I have no objections to following in Master Matoya's footsteps. See? In future, I may need you to remind me the pursuit of knowledge does not preclude other equally important duties, such as maintaining clean quarters for said pursuit. I will dearly miss this place, these people. Master Matoya, pardon the interruption, but the stew is ready. Something troubling you? You've been rather quiet. No, everything's fine, I assure you. It's been a long day is all. I see. Stola, thank goodness you're still here. Hey, it's the twins in Urianger. Alpha Node? I thought you were following Ardbert. I was, though I'm sad to say I lost track of him shortly after entering these woods. He seemed determined to reverse every ilm of Norvrant in his quest to spread the truth about the Warriors of Light and the Flood. And it seems news of your address at the Crystarium precedes him at every destination, making his task all the more simple. Oh boy. It remains to be seen to what end he encourages the people to become warriors of light themselves. But there is no denying that his words have struck a chord with many. Well, we're all agreed that this is just another Ascian ploy, yes? They've commandeered corpses before, and to no good end. I see no reason to think this time is any different, especially when it's that of a fallen warrior of light. I doubt we'll learn more if we remain a step behind. His next destination is, in all likelihood, Slitherbow. Alizé, are you certain you should be here? If you're concerned about Halric and the others, you needn't be. Their treatment is going well, but progress is slow and exhausting. For all of us. The best thing I can do now is let them rest. So, I believe we were about to discuss how to arrange a meeting with our would-be warrior of light? Before visiting any towns or villages, Ardbert would hunt down and slay a nearby sin-eater to earn locals' trust. Our best chance of getting ahead of him is to find one before he does. Thankfully, Thancred and Reen are returned from the empty and have taken up the search. Reen believeth one may lurk beneath the boughs of woven oath. Then that is where we will start our search. Master Matoya. A warm bowl of stew will be awaiting your return. My God, Runar. I look forward to it. Master Matoya. Yes, Runar? I love you. What? I love stew. This song is called Civilizations. It's my favorite song on the Shadowbringers soundtrack, and oh my god, it's amazing. It's also known as Lahi. Well, looks like Ardbert got here before we did.
If you were hoping to vent your frustrations on our Issa friend here, I can only apologize.
Few as they are now, it took us no time at all to track it down.
That suits our purpose perfectly. Now we need only wait for Ardbert to arrive.
Weren't you two meant to be attending to the empty?
We were, and are, but we can hardly ignore the rest of the world. So we thought we might see how things were coming along. From what we can gather, the answer is strangely.
Right now, we think we can do more good here.
It is heartening to have all present.
Indeed. We will be glad of the additional hands should matters escalate.
Our quarry has come. It seems I've lost this particular race. Although I suppose it's only fair. When we first met, it was I who outpaced you. Ravana, was it?
Stone cold silence.
But where are my manners? I wouldn't be here were it not for you, and I have yet to say a word of thanks. Poor fellow. He will be sorely missed.
Very well. Let us forego this pretense.
There we go.
After all, it was never you that I needed to deceive.
Hello, Elidibus.
Yes, it is I. Elidibus. Through your time in Emet-Selk's imitation of our home, I dare say you have gained a better understanding of my role since last we met. Not that it matters.
We understand your role, emissary, but not your goal. What is it that you seek to achieve?
I seek to enact the will of the Convocation, of course. If it helps you to think of me as but another Ascian, no different in nature or purpose from the rest, you are welcome to do so.
Once, I would have said your goal was destruction alone. Now I understand that you fight for something you love, just as we do. Yet though we seem doomed to clash, I bid you consider Emet-Selk's final words. Remember that we once lived, he said. Had he not seen some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do not believe he would have spoken thus.
None better understood your plight than he. His words must surely be worthy of your consideration.
Emet-Selk.
Emet-Selk. I love that voice.
How very unlike you to err so gravely. That one should stray at the end of so onerous a path is understandable, but I had thought you above such weakness. Mayhap you thought the same. Would that I had been present to offer correction. But I shall do so now, as is my duty, and return all to its proper course. As for you, look at yourselves. Look at your history. Look back 100 short years to how your greatest warriors were undone. And now, at but a word from me, you raise your hands in answer like the puppets you are. Naught has changed. You fail, and you fail, and you learn nothing. Allow that which is most important to slip through your fumbling fingers like so many grains of sand, again and again and again, and you would remember us. You do forget yourselves. There is no common ground to be found between you and I, nor do I require any. I have my duty.
Wait!
He always has known how to make an exit.
We have confirmed the identity of our foe, at least. And 'tis safe to say his objective is the rejoining.
But we still have no idea how playing the part of a warrior of light will further his cause, nor why he would spur others to do the same.
Another visit to the Tempest may shed some light upon these mysteries.
I have a feeling the dungeon is coming up.
Whether we are to exchange words or blows with Elidibus at our next meeting, the fact remains, we know too little. Ere our paths cross again, I would learn more of the world that once was, and of Elidibus himself. In this, we would be best served going directly to his home, much as Emmett Selk came to ours.
Though I see the wisdom in thy suggestion, the Amarot we visited is but a phantom born of Emmett Selk's memory. I fear it will teach us little that we do not already know.
I quite agree. Yet the ruins of the actual city remain unexplored. Given the vastness of the Tempest, I should not be surprised were there more such structures like to those in which the Ondo reside.
That's a fair assessment. If there's aught to be learned, I want to know.
A woman after my own heart.
Assuming we are all in agreement, then I suggest we first pay a visit to the Ondo. If anyone can tell us where more ruins are to be found, it is them.
Okay, off to see the Ondo in the Tempest. In theory. No, I needed to talk to someone right where I was standing. I hate that. Afnode has the right of it. Let us pay a visit to the Ondo. We should speak with Af first. As chieftain, he is doubtless privy to a great many secrets. Really? 2 word bubbles, okay. I have sent for no friendless ones. Perhaps you instead come seeking something of us? Ruins which your kind have yet to explore, I see. I know of one such place. Alas, under these circumstances, I'm afraid we can spare none to guide you there. And what circumstances are these? Rather than hunt for their own meals, the Benthos have pillaged our stores of Minieri liver. They must be replenished with haste. The Benthos, a particularly violent tribe of Ondo, if I recall? A band of bottom feeders. We all lost much in the flood, but while others work to rebuild, they resort to thievery and murder. Hi, Root Beer Panda! Good to see you! Revenge, they call it, when they prey upon your kind. But do not be fooled, they care not who they harm. Would that we had the warriors to challenge them. This is not the first time they have stolen from us, but there is no resource more precious than liver. All must dedicate themselves to the hunt. Unless, of course, we were to reclaim the livers for you. It seems a fitting payment for vital information, does it not? Moreover, one could argue that by employing Bismarck to reach these depths, thereby driving back the waters, we are in part responsible for the deeds of those driven to desperate ends by changing climes. One good turn and all that. Or we certainly can't leave them like this, or could we not simply hunt Minieri ourselves? We certainly can't leave them like this. T-minus 110 minutes, yes. I thought you might say that. You've never been one to miss an opportunity to help. Reclaiming the stores it is, then. We would be grateful beyond words if you did. The Benthos have surely taken the livers back to Founder's floor, but be warned, there will be no shortage of guards waiting to spear intruders. Then we will have to take care not to draw their attention, shall we? Alright, Flounder's Floor. Let's find out where that is. Way the hell over there. Okay. I love having flight here. I'm just gonna fly my way over. Cursory sniff, you detect the faint aroma of fresh oranges, a far cry from the rather memorable scent of Myneri liver. I have no doubt that this scent of Myneri liver is quite memorable. Thrusting your hand into each sack in turn, you find that they are all filled with wheat down to the bottom. You also find that raw wheat is unpleasantly pointy. Boxes are filled with assorted vegetables. Liver is not a vegetable. Yes, thank you. Alright, let's get a better vantage point here. No, but it is awful. Ah, the bulbous bag. From the squelching noise they made when prodded and the vile stench, you conclude that these bags are bursting with livers. Brilliant. Are those them? Explanation? Perhaps you've deduced this already, but it seems the Benthos have been raiding Collusion storehouses as well as those of the Ondu. Oranges, pumpkins, wheat. But we can discuss this after we see the liver safely back to Tolzoth. It wouldn't do to keep him in suspense. We just take the Teleport Express back. Because that's the easy way. I am relieved to see you unspeared. Alright, this bulging sack makes a truly heinous squelching noise as you heft it over your shoulder. Yum. Our precious livers, I knew you would not fail. We also found all manner of foodstuffs from Kalusia in the Founder's Floor. Tell me, Tolzoth, does that seem odd to you? It is brazen, to be sure. I'm reminded of rumors I've heard recently concerning a rash of thefts from Collusion warehouses. The perpetrators enter in the dead of night and are gone before anyone has realized what has happened. The Ulmoran army has been investigating, but thus far to no avail. Perhaps the reason they've struggled so is that their quarry is of the sea. The true question, then, is what we mean to do about it. Much as I would like to proceed to the ruins without further delay, we can't allow the Benthos to carry on as they are. If I may, I believe that the ruins are, in fact, key to the Benthos plans. Really? Is that so? These ruins, which lie deep within the Illuminated Land, are a recent discovery. We have seen signs that the Benthos are preparing to claim them with all haste. We could not fathom why, but in light of the knowledge that they have been stockpiling resources, it is clear that their queen will soon give birth. They require space to raise their young, and food for both queen and hatchlings to thrive. Well, we can hardly fault them for that. Under normal circumstances, perhaps, but conditions in the Tempest are far from suitable for spawning, its resources barely able to sustain our current population. There's only one reason they would disregard this. They seek to build an army and with it take revenge upon the Finless. That's not a surprise. They came to us not long ago seeking allies for the cause. We rebuff them, of course. The suffering of others will not serve as balm to their own. Their queen, however, desires only bloodshed and will gladly send her children to die in our stead. If they're planning to wage war, that changes matters considerably. Indeed. I doubt that this can be resolved without violence, but perhaps a show of force we can convince them to see reason before the die is cast. I would rather not risk your people in the attempt. If we travel to the illuminated land, is there a way we might identify the ruins ourselves? Yes. Once you reach its depths, go deeper still. You will see a monstrous structure there upon the seafloor. That you have come to us now is the will of the Ancient Ones. They have guided you here that you may drive out the usurpers, those who seek to use their magnificent creations with vile purpose. I have no doubt they will show you the way forward. I'm afraid that the dead do not speak quite so clearly. Nevertheless, we shall try not to disappoint. If what we seek lieth deeper still, beyond Amarant, I would call upon the assistance of another. And again, with Urianger, you have to kind of chew the scenery with his voice. Alright, Urianger has a mind to call an old friend. Though our course hath been decided, to pursue it we must needs beseech the aid of a friend. I speak of Bismarck. Pray follow me to Sullen, that we might seek an audience with him once more. Get the hell out of here, Alphinaud. Alright, back to Fort Job. Yay, I'm almost to the dungeon. Alright. Or should I have gone to the Ostall Imperative? It doesn't matter. That right there, if you can see it, that giant, kind of dark island is Bismarck. But first I need to go over here. Now this is all taking place in the First, which is basically an alternate world that unexpected Sabaton. This is an alternate world that is overtaken by the light. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are stuck here because the Crystal Exarch called them here because he kept missing me and grabbing them and pulling them here. Let's see here. Norvrant. That's the world map. Everything outside of here is completely destroyed by a wall of light. These are the areas that correspond to Eorzea on the map. This is the Twelveswood where Gridania would be. This is Kurthus. This would be what's it called? Limsalomince's area. This would be Under the Sea, and then this is the desert where Ul'dah is, and then where I'm at right now is the Crystal Tower. So this is Mordona. The Crystal Tower got pulled from the future into here, and that's where it exists now. So everything kind of has a analog here. From here, we press forward to the Isle of Ken. I shall myself proceed on foot. Because he's a horrible swimmer. You've perfected your technique, then? Just so. The water will be as glass beneath my feet, and provideth purchase fragile yet true. Watch closely. Oh, I certainly shall. Forgive me, but would it not be easier to perfect your swimming technique? Alizé asking the big questions. Aye, 'twould be a pity if you drowned. Truly. Oh, hush, I'm sure it'll be brilliant. He's done it! Incredible! Now he just has to walk all the way there. Uh-oh. Orianger! For the love of... Mine apologies. The technique requireth the purest of focus, and mine 'twas lacking. To perfect this magic, I went so far as to deal with the Fwalth, and with the aid mine efforts finally met with success, albeit on a single occasion. The look Thancred just gave him. I know not why I cannot repeat it. I thought I saw you waver a bit toward the end there. Perhaps you're simply... tired? Uh-oh. Thancred? It's nothing to worry about, only a dizzy spell. Though it may not be wise to go for another swim just now. This does not bode well. This is what they call foreshadowing. Thankfully, we have an alternative. A wonderful little invention, I'm certain you'll agree. a boat. Good thinking, Stola. Alright, we are now on Bismarck. I will petition Bismarck's aid on our behalf. Let us pray my diplomacy proveth more effective than mine experimental magics. You speak with the voice of the king, little neighbors. I will not deny you. As before, if you seek what sleeps beneath the sea, I will be your guide. Thy kindness is as boundless as the depths, Serene One. Before we depart, however, I would ask a favor. After our last flight, I found many creatures clinging to me. I am itchy. Remove them, and I will take you below. With all haste it shall be done. So, did he agree? Though I agreed to a favor in kind. Regrettably, 'tis not one I possess the power to grant. Bismarck hath asked us to cleanse his underbelly of barnacles. Alas, one must needs dive beneath the surface to do so. Even if I could master the power to walk upon it, it would avail me not. Oh, for heaven's sake, is that all? Kaylee and I are more than capable of that. With the Kojin's blessing, we've done it haven't done in moments, and better than that, standing here and listening to this nonsense. I'll take the right, you the left. Now go. I love Alizé. I am in your debt. Oh, for heck's sake. Three barnacles, that's it. Thine efforts are most sincerely appreciated. I will inform Bismarck that we may depart without further delay. Much, much better. Thank you, little neighbors. I remember a long time ago, another did this favor for me. After the flood, when I chose this spot for my slumber, he came and made a home on my back. Ken was his name. When I grew itchy, I stirred, but he was not afraid. No, he asked me what was wrong. I told him of the creatures clinging to my belly, and he dove into the water. He helped me. He was my friend. He told me he wished to live in peace, away from his people and their wars. This I understood. I treasured our time together, brief though it was, brief though it always is, but I remember him and how he laughed when we flew. I remember when he slept. I too slept that day, and many days since. But the light fades and the darkness returns. Ken sleeps, but in memory he laughs, and together we fly. And I am here. I am awake. It feels good to speak and be heard again. A shame others cannot understand me. If thou art willing to learn, I would gladly teach thee the language of man. Thank you, little friend, but it is time I grant your request. But first, I will take flight to cleanse my body and prepare. The dive will be swift, and I would not have you struck by errant debris. Okay, everybody into the cave. So this island was named for a man. How easily the past is forgotten. He passed not even 100 years ago, yet the truth has slipped from history, like so many grains of sand. Might I have some explanation of what he just said, or shall we all stand about making vague and mysterious allusions? While he maketh ready to deliver us to our destination, Bismarck bade us wait for him on the shore of Kalusia. That's all. I feel as though there was more to it. Indeed there was, but it hath no bearing on the task at hand. I should be glad to share the rest with you anon. Fine, later then. If Bismarck required time to prepare, might I suggest a short respite? For Orionje and Thancred in particular. I require no such thing. I am the picture of perfect health. Mine was but a momentary lapse in concentration. Worry not on my account. You mustn't push yourself so. Please, rest. For me? Oh, look at her. Oh, all right, if you insist. You too, Kayla. You've been running yourself ragged. Yes, ma'am. In that case, I leave the old men in your care. The rest of us will meet you at the split hole anon. Word of advice. Never let it show. When she realizes she struck a nerve, she remembers. By the gods, she remembers. In any case, if we must be made to rest, I know a place in Sullen that's better than it for most. For it than most. Come with me. May as well have a seat. Wouldn't want our elderly knees to give out. I do love this weather. To hear her speak, you'd think I'm on my deathbed. By the 12, I wish that girl wouldn't worry so much. Thy countenance belies thy words, Master Thancred. I'm sure I don't know what you mean. Let the record show that I am here under protest. Though I can't say I mind the view. Yeah, I'm sure that would be a more poignant statement under different weather conditions. And if the abundance of anglers is any indication, even an amateur might land an impressive catch. Shall we try our hands at it? Someone! Help! Someone! Quickly! It's Nightshade. We was attacked on the road from the Crystarium. Barely escaped with me life. I suppose we might have predicted this. You mean you'll help? For free? Thank you. If I recall correctly, Nightshade is a local band of outlaws. I doubt they'll trouble us over much. No more than they already have by interrupting our relaxation at any rate. By the way, that title right there, Trusted Friend, that took me so damn long to get, and I am never changing it. You know what that does? Or you know what that's from? That's from getting every single trust, which is NPC, which is Alphanode, Alizé, Thancred, Urianger, Y'shtola, and Reen, each, to level 80 from level 71, going through dungeons, and that was before they buffed the XP that they got per dungeon in Trust Dungeons. That took forever. And if you get them all to level 80, you get a second glamour for them, and you get the title Trusted Friend. And like I said, I'm never taking that Trusted Friend title off. These two have matters well in hand by the looks of it. I'll not forget this kindness. May we meet again. Hey, it's Styler and the other guard. Is that you, milady? Don't tell me we just deprived the poor fellow of the honor of being rescued by the Warrior of Darkness. We had no idea you were in the area. Fancy us meeting again so soon, huh? Why, I believe I even recognize your companion. Ah, yes, from the infirmary. You had a message for the Crystal Exarch, did you not? It's good to see you back on your feet, and on patrol no less. Oh, it's nothing as official as all that. Strictly speaking, we're off duty. But as we had a free moment, we thought we'd give a few of the less traveled roads a look. The guard doesn't have enough hands to patrol them regularly, you see. That's admirable. There are few so devoted to their duty in Lakeland or beyond. Well, we've been talking about it for a while, and neither of us is satisfied with just seeing out our service. Feels like we could be doing more, like we should be doing more. It's all about having the will to help your fellow man and the resolve to see it through. I remember you, the excitable one. Or very good, Mr. I remember you, the excitable one. I know who that is. Acupunctrix. That is my good friend Tamara. Hello, Tamara! Thank you for the follow. Chairman Kaga thanks you for the follow as well. Okay, maybe Acupunctrix hasn't quite been streaming, but that's okay. Hello! Yes, my voice is like honey butter. I have done voiceovers in the past. I used to do them all throughout college for all my friends for their projects back when I was in film and TV school. Woo, go TV! Tamara is one of my dear, dear friends. She is an acupuncturist. She is a birth and death doula. She is just one of the most amazing people that I know. She's based out in Buffalo, New York, and she is at acupunctrix.com, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but she is amazing, and if you have need for any of those services in the Buffalo area, please look her up, give her a follow, and yeah, she will not do you wrong. Anyway, yeah, thank you for the follow, and yeah, it's good to see you. It's so nice to see you again, because the move out to Buffalo, she used to live here in LA, and I saw her at a barbecue for a podcast that I used to listen to back, I think, in 2017, 2018, and I have a great picture of her and I and our other good friend Carrie Ann, and oops, I can't actually, you can't actually put a link in the chat. If you want to send me a link on Facebook Messenger and I'll put it in the chat, but yeah. But there's this great picture of her and I and Carrie Ann that I still have up on my Facebook that I just absolutely love. Yeah, Tamara's just fantastic. But, getting back to the game, sorry, m'lady. I got a bit overexcited the other day. I couldn't get my words out. Name's Vonard, m'lady. I'm just with the god, but I don't just want to protect Lakeland, I want to protect the lot. Just like the Warriors of Light. Whoops, I accidentally hit the button. That's what we'd really like to do is travel, to better ourselves and go where the need is greatest. But everyone has to start somewhere, don't they? For now, if we can stop Nightshade from robbing the odd fisherman, that's what we'll do. Future heroes are the first, do you think? They want not for spirit. 'Tis but a pity they draw inspiration from so clouded a wellspring. Yet it availeth us not to fret in idleness. We must needs press on if we are to bring Elidibus's schemes to light. Alright, critical hit material, I'll take that. Quest complete. Alright. hour 36 into the stream. Probably going to take a break after the dungeon, but that's coming up next. The guy in the black dress looks like half of my ex-boyfriends. I believe it. That is Urianger, and he believes that speaking in Old English is a personality. He's the only one that does it out of the entire cast of this gigantic game. There is no reason for him to do it, and he does it, and he thinks it's a personality, and yeah. Alright, thus reminded of the urgency of your investigation, Urianger would press on. Though our respite was cut short, I dare say we are all eager to avail ourselves of such knowledge as the ruins may hold. Aye, and doubt further contemplation of Elidibus's machinations will be conducive to relaxation. We may as well make for the split hole now. Teleporting off to right. All are present. Now we need but await Bismarck's coming. "'Tis time. Pray make ready." I'm contractually obligated to nod when my character nods. It's kind of a thing in this game. Anamnesis Anider now accessible. Alright. We have a dungeon. And of course I'm going to be running it with NPCs, non-player characters, in a trust. So, Anamnesis Anider. I'm going to bring Thancred as a tank. I'm going to bring the twins, why not? Alphanode and Alizé. Kana, is there any reason I should not bring the twins? Because I figure, you know, Alizé has a res, Alphanode has a res. Alizé does steal Limit Break, yeah, but, you know, hers is probably better than mine at this point. Mine's just a straight line, hers is an AoE. Alright, I'm gonna register. Now, I'm going into this blind. I have no idea what's going on in this dungeon, so, or I'm going into this... I don't like using ableist terms like blind. I'm going into this without knowing what's ahead of me. So, going into this without knowing what's ahead. So... yeah. Okay. To the depths. Okay, here we go. First enemies. This is kind of where it gets frenetic. The chakram, as you can see, that I throw are mine. I am a dancer. And I throw these sharpened Xena warrior princess chakram. And I dance. It does damage, funnily enough. Like right now I'm going to dance. Right here. That did big damage to everything around me. Ah, that's a big thing. Okay, so Thancred, the guy in the white trench coat, is taking all of the damage. He's taking the attention of everything, and I'm just attacking things to make sure that they die. And I just realized that I left the volume of the game way high. So, sorry about that. Should be fixed now. Should be able to hear me a lot better. Under the sea.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, the graphics are amazing in this game. And if you need to turn it off because you're getting motion sickness or anything, then that's absolutely fine. I don't blame you a bit. Oh my god, look at this thing. Ooh, Bioshock sending you to the hospital, my goodness. Okay, here are the ruins. Wow, this place is gorgeous. There's the first boss. Aptly named Unknown.
Prepare yourself. Keep your guard up.
Okay. Well, that's how you die. Well, time to get a second chance. See, this is why you stand where the NPCs. This is why you stand with where the NPCs stand, and don't strike out on your own. See, that worked out nicely. Why are there two of them now? I don't like that there are two of them. Okay, now there's one. Oh, I got hit by the side of that. There we go. Okay, that was a thing. Okay. Wow. Well, that boss is done. I don't have to do that one again.
Prepare yourself.
Thank you. That thing looks interesting. Fine, I won't jump up that. Alright, so these are the Sahagin that are ransacking everyone else's supplies. And their queen is going to have the baby here. Or not the baby, but many, 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 many babies. Eggs. Okay, thank you so much for showing up, Tamara. It really means a lot, and best of luck to you today at work. I will talk to you later on. Love you too. You have a good day. Alright, this looks like a boss fight. Okay. Cyclops. Okay, I get it now. Or not. Okay, my Vuln stacks just fell off. Cool. See, I eventually got the hang of that one. So the Uniter harpooners remind me a lot of the Sahagin from Final Fantasy VII Remake. And they were annoying as hell. Alright, there we go. There's a little ramp down. Cool. Mapping the realm. Okay, this looks like the Queen? Rock Steam. Merciless Matriarch. Yeah, that's the Queen. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Right. So glad I have a dash. almost there. And yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine too.
You underestimate me.
There we go.
This structure must have served an important function. And here are yet more crystals.
I too noted the crystal repository on the way. The Benthos seem to employ them in their spellcasting.
In such vessels did the ancients preserve concepts, ideal forms to be drawn upon in the act of creation. That so great an abundance should reside here lendeth credence to Ishtola's conclusion. This facility held great significance.
So there's summoning Heidelin here.
So, it was they who first summoned Heidelin.
Their discussion did seem to imply as much, yes. I cannot say I have ever heard of this Venar before.
For a certainty, Emet-Selch never uttered the name, speak though he did, of the schism which Zodiark's advent wrought upon mankind. Some were of the viewpoint that his power must needs be restrained, and to that end did they call forth she who would serve as his shackles. We now know that it was this Venar to whom they looked for leadership.
And that this place, in all likelihood, served as their headquarters. The presence of such intimate records attests to that. I would hear what else they have to tell us. All of it. Did anyone see the source of the image? The device there? Then let us see what other secrets it holds.
Yes, let's. As her heart. Okay.
What? Forgive me, but did that not strongly imply that Elidibus sacrificed himself to become Zodiark's heart?
7 hells. Then who or what are we dealing with?
Well then. The device appears to activate by a form of ethereal attunement, not unlike an aetherite. Beyond that, I can say little for certain, save that we should take this opportunity to see what other records it contains. Been waiting for me to get to that bit. No response. Confound it. If I may, milady, the panel... Milady. Really, Urianger? The panel did formerly emit a soft yet perceptible glow. If it doth so no longer, may be token the depletion of some essential energy within. Given how long it has lain dormant, I think it fortunate it functioned at all. That may be, but if we can't get it to work again, we'll be leaving with more questions than we've answered. The white-robed emissary hath ever named himself Elidibus, yet if the shade spoke true, Elidibus ceased to be ere even the sundering came to pass. This called to mind a truth that Emet-Selch did once reveal in passing, that the names by which we know our foes are not those given to Ascians at birth, Rather, they are titles of office, afforded to individuals of merit at such time as the role becometh vacant. That's right. Perchance the Elizabeth at Zodiac's heart, and the emissary with whom we are acquainted, be not one and the same, but predecessor and successor. Yeah. I was gonna say. It's possible. If the previous Elizabeth perished before the final days, the one we know could still be a survivor of the Sundering. And yet, something in that explanation rings false. I will remain for a time. I will not abandon my attempts to revive the devices so soon. There is more to learn here. I can feel it. In matters of etherology, I know none as capable of thee, as thee. If there existeth a means to learn more, thou wilt surely find it. Whilst thou art thus engaged, we shall attend to matters on the surface. My character's looking at Urianger going, what the hell are you talking like that for? You may now enter Anamnesis and Eider with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of the feature, open the Trust interface located in the duty in the main menu. I know that. I did that. Urianger presumably has some ideas as to what you might usefully do while Yustola pursues her investigations in Anamnesis and Eider. Can we but uncover Elidibus's true origins, we may yet come to understand his designs. To that end, Yustola must needs be afforded as much time as she doth require to complete her investigation. To the extent that such things are within our control, yes. Speaking of which, perhaps we might trouble the Exarch for news of his progress with the spirit vessel. He will no doubt wish to hear of our own discoveries as well, such as they are. Do I just get warp there? That'd be handy. Yeah, cool.
Dare I ask what's going on?
Ah, excellent timing. For me, in any case. We have a problem. The vast majority of those gathered here are presently in the employ of the Guard or else one of the facets, and no longer wish to be so. In principle, all are free to change vocation at any time, but a city does require a certain number of people in these positions if it is to continue to function. For the moment, I have asked them to postpone their resignation until such time as replacements can be found. As you may have surmised, we have the Warrior of Light to thank for this.
Of course.
It's you! The Warrior of Darkness! You understand, don't you? Someone's going to have to look after this place once you're gone. We just want to be ready to do our bit when the time comes.
And not only here, but everywhere. Which is why we've got to get out there and lend a hand to those in need. That's what you did, isn't it? Even if it was just little things at the start. You helped people. And we're trying to do the same. We may have our sky back, but there's no shortage of people who still need help. If we follow in your footsteps, then I choose to believe we too can be heroes one day. Even warriors of light.
What are we to say to that? We can hardly tell them they are mistaken.
Yeah.
They seek but to do good, as you have.
But no more can we stand idly by and suffer a paragon's scheme to proceed unchallenged.
What's happening to the sky?
Wicked light. Oh no.
By the 12.
A star shower.
I hear a voice. You and all. Why does it feel like it's inside my head?
Hear, feel, think?
Uh-oh.
I hear it.
Me too.
Did I not tell you, my friends? You are warriors of light! You're back! What you hear is the voice of light itself, and it has blessed you with its power. Welcome to the fold!
I'm a warrior of light.
I've been chosen?
Can it be?
Me, the hero.
Wait! The falling stars, were they your doing? And why do you need warriors of light?
He wants to unbalance the world.
What, am I to reveal my plans simply because you asked? Nay, I think not. Though the stars, I acknowledge mine. A convenient illusion, apt to awaken what little is left of the power that once resided in your sundered souls. That which you and yours call the echo. And an echo it is, of a symphony. But a fraction of what men in their completeness once possessed. Even those among you who tower over others in the gift have only the faintest trace of it. But though sundered and forgotten through death and mocking rebirth, it has persisted. A whisper of our past, burned into your very ether, along with the sight of our end. Through the rekindling of memory, I have awoken the ability, just as Hydaelyn is wont to do when she has need of new minions.
The Echo hath ever been thought a gift from Hydaelyn, a boon granted solely to her chosen. Yet thou wouldst claim she merely awakeneth the power that men should hearken unto? Her voice. Given the perceived simultaneity of her call and the awakening of her chosen's capacity to hear it, it is only natural that we thus attributed the source of the gift. Yet if, in truth, the Echo is a prerequisite for hearing her voice, one might surmise that her call never ceaseth, such that all who awaken to their innate gift might receive of the blessing of light at the self-same instant. In sooth, we bore witness to this but moments ago. At the sight of the star shower, full many in the crowd did speak of hearing a voice in their minds, did they not?
Just so. And whenever Hydaelyn has need of new servants, she is quick to pluck comets from the heavens or create illusions of the same.
Why then didst thou conjure this vision, full knowing that thine age-old foe would thus claim those awakened to the gift?
Foe? You must be mistaken. As you see, I am a warrior of light. And together with my comrades in arms, I shall save the world. Just like you.
Yeah, he wants to unbalance the world. That he has made a fine mess of things is plain. He's gone then. I've managed to persuade a number of our would-be deserters to reconsider, or at least delay their departure, but as many are deaf to my entreaties. Young Thaler and Vonard are among them. I'm sorry to say they've quit the guard. Nevertheless, I wish them well. Whatever Elidibus's plans for them might be, the pair have only ever had the best of intentions. One can hardly blame them for thinking themselves heroes elect, not after having been blessed with the Echo, and it's not as if they haven't shown the requisite spirit. I quite agree. Though the impetus for this departure may have been words falsely spoken, the men and women in whose footsteps they would follow are heroes in truth. Warriors of light. Ardbert, yourself most of all. And so I would ask a favor of you. Speak with them ere they embark on their journey, and furnish them with what wisdom you can. They've set off for the Amara launch, but you should still be able to catch them if you leave now. Worth the effort, I'd say. If I recall correctly, Raubon took the time to usher you out into the wider world many moons ago. I think that comparison rather flatters Thaler and Vonard. But the point still stands. They would doubtless be greatly encouraged were the Warrior of Darkness herself to see them off. If thou art willing, I prithee go. Thou mayest safely leave the task of unfolding that which did transpire at Anamnesis to us. Alright, off to the Amara launch. You again. I mean, it's you, milady. Sorry, it's been a funny odd day. You can be sure we'll take those words to heart. I still can't believe it, you coming all this way just to speak to us. I swear we won't let you down. So long as it helps someone, we'll do what needs doing out there, no matter how small. And when larger threats loom, we'll be ready to face them. You see if we aren't. Strike fast and true, for victory belongs to the bold, or, well, what are you waiting for? Get out there. Victory belongs to the bold. We'll be off then. Farewell, warrior of darkness, and thank you. Alright, back to the Crystal Exarch. I have a feeling the patch is almost done. Thank you for making the effort. I'm certain your words will be a boon to them. While you were away, the others told me of your investigation. We have yet to discuss how to proceed, however. While your findings in Anamnesis and Nider do raise important questions as to the identity of our adversary, we are no closer to discerning his design, nor do I know of any other potential avenues of investigation. For which reason we must needs trust to Y'shtola's ingenuity and wait for her efforts to revive the Ancient's device to bear fruit. What if I were to attempt to follow the emissary? Elusive as he is, his plan compels him to court public attention. He shouldn't be impossible to find. Especially for one of your experience, it does seem worth the attempt. Then I'll come with you. Safety in numbers. In combat, perhaps, but where stealth is required, the opposite is true. Happily, I don't plan on getting myself caught, so you've no need to worry. And I hit the button too fast. Alright, then I look forward to your return. Then it sounds like the rest of us should avoid doing anything which might prompt Elidibus to look too closely at our movements. Insofar as it's possible, I recommend we limit our activities to the Crystarium. Speaking of which, XIV, might I ask if you've made any progress with this spirit vessel? Of course. We're presently studying the principles underpinning memory transference, and, I believe, nearing the requisite level of understanding. Less hearteningly, practical trials of transference methods suited for use with the vessel have yet to yield satisfactory results. to put it mildly. But there are still many promising possibilities we have yet to test. Indeed, though it may take some time yet, we are well on our way to a solution. And I shall not rest until one is found. Though we're all grateful for thine unstinting efforts, thou needst not labor to the exclusion of all else. If it would serve to lighten thy burden, however little, I should gladly offer mine assistance. Quite. I, for my part, will do what I can to ensure the Crystarium continues to run smoothly in spite of recent disruptions. Then perhaps I could help? There must be something I can do, even if it's just guard duty. Thank you, all of you. I shall breathe easier for your assistance. Of course, on the evidence of the recent past, it will not be long before some new crisis arrives to throw our plans into disarray, at which time your services will be in particular demand. That being the case, perhaps you might take this opportunity to retire to your suite at the Pendants? Alright, going back to my hotel room. I have a feeling there's a whole bunch of cutscenes waiting for me here. Pleasure as always, Mistress Blacksworn. I'm relieved to see you were unharmed in the earlier commotion. Though if I may, you do look somewhat weary. I presume you will be retiring to your suite? Yes. Very good. Do let me know if there's anything you require. Look at them graphics. They're comfortable shoes, Kana. Mistress Blacksworn, it's Glynard from the Wandering Stairs. I apologize for calling so late. Friend of yours was asking after you. You may remember him from that business with the cardinal virtues. Ciela? Yep, Ciela. Good evening. I was in the XIV. I saw everything. That was Ardbert, and it was not. Twice now he's appeared, calling the people to arms, speaking of heroes. Explanation. I knew this day might come. Ardbert never did reappear as a virtue. But to see his flesh stolen by the selfsame Ascian that made mock of their sacrifice. I spent years searching for a means to redeem their legacy, his legacy, and in you I found it. You slew the virtues, reclaimed the stars. You spoke the truth and the people listened. When I heard our patrons speak of how the warriors of light had been their saviors all along, I thought at long last. I was a fool. I cannot ask more of you, not after what you've given, but I must. Set him free. Lay him to rest with the others in honor and triumph. She knows what she has to do. Meanwhile, in the Hall of in the Crystal Tower's umbilicus.
Foiled again. If I cannot imbue the infernal thing with my power via magical means, we may need to devise a way to infuse the vessel with my blood after all.
Art thou unwell?
He's turning to crystal.
Oh, perhaps a brief respite. It wouldn't do to overtax yourself.
I'm fine. And given to stubbornness, I'm afraid. Especially when I have a stake in the outcome.
Without his armor. What the hell?
The dream again.
Oh, okay, it's a dream. Meanwhile, in the source...
A recurring dream. They do so fascinate me. Might I trouble you for the details?
I have always dreamed of it. Fire falling from the heavens, and the city, nay, the whole world ablaze.
Indeed. Could Emmett Selk have found a way? Precious few possess memories of the final days.
The final days?
Why, yes. Admittedly, my knowledge is mostly second-hand, but if you are interested, I will gladly tell you the tale. The tale of the world's end.
You think that was Elidibus? I mean, he was wearing the white robe. But that didn't seem to be his voice. I don't know. With that, though, and a full 2 hours, 56 minutes, and 30 seconds into the stream, I am damn exhausted. I was not expecting to go for 3 hours almost. I want to thank everyone. This is, yeah, that's right. Elidibus is in the first, so that's got to be a new Ascian. Huh. Weird. A new Ascian. Gives me a lot to think about. Anyway, I want to thank Kana, I want to thank my friend Tamara, I want to thank Root Beer Panda and Awful Rob. Or Rob is just awful. Also goes by Awful Rob, thank you. Want to thank everyone for showing up. This has been great. I'm Sam. This has been Way Too Late TV. This is Final Fantasy XIV. Patch 5.2 is now done. Patch 5.3 drops on August the 11th. I am excitedly waiting for that because this was a lot of fun. 5.1 and 5.2 are done on this character at least. My alt still has to do the Dying Gasp, which is the Emmett Selk fight, but and then 5.1 and 5.2, but it'll be a while. Probably not going to stream that, but anyway, I want to thank everyone for watching here and on YouTube. Let me go back to over here. Yeah, so I will be back next time. Thank you for watching so much. Twitter right there, Way Too Late TV, Way the number 2 Late TV. You can find streaming announcements on there. Over there is Twitch URL, which is twitch.tv/WayTooLateTV, which is new. And right up there is youtube.com/WayTooLateTV for the archives. I will be back next time. Good night, my night owls. Stay up if you need to. Go to bed anytime you need to. But thank you for watching. Until next time, have a good night.